Jim, thanks for joining us at this year's TM Forum of Management World in Nice, France. Can you maybe talk about, let's start with the Redknee acquisition of the NSN BSS business. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, actually I'm really excited because I'm actually one of the NSN guys that came over into Redknee. I was the CTO for the NSN BSS business line, and now I'm the CTO for Redknee. The acquisition closed just a few weeks ago, late March, early April. The whole focus of the acquisition from the NSN BSS perspective was we needed to find a place that was really focused on what we did for a living. We wanted to be in a place that really felt like this was a good, strong asset. NSN had made a corporate decision, the right decision for NSN, to get out of certain businesses that were not the center, which was really packet core, mobile broadband network management, the box business, the radio business, and so forth. We were BSS, our history, our legacy is the old Siemens mobility systems, and we were really the brains of the operation for a number of the very largest operators around the world. So we were really focused in on business support systems, on rating, charging, policy management, and so forth. Getting over to Redknee for us was a very important move in for our customer base, but also for us because it gave us a chance to really focus in on the business that was really core to us. Been in the company for just a few weeks now. We're still sort of bringing the teams together, but in a couple of key places, what we've seen, everything has worked brilliantly so far. And I'm not just saying that because you have a microphone in front of my face. I've been through a number of acquisitions. I've been in the BSS business for quite a number of years myself. Before I was with NSN, I was in other vendors in the BSS space. And one of the key things that we saw with various mergers and acquisitions over this industry is probably true in most industries. Good strategy, poorly executed, particularly on the people side of things, ruins a merger and acquisition type environment. What we have seen here is an amazingly strong acquisition from the people side of things, where we've really taken the management team from the NSN unit, the management team from the Redknee previous business, and really brought us together as one single team. We've gelled as one solid team right away. Our customer base has reacted to that. We've seen that we have good, strong executive and senior presence, and everybody has a faith and a belief in being one company as opposed to two business lines. In fact, part of the strategy of the acquisition was not to create an ex-NSN business line and an ex-Redknee business line, but actually to merge right away at the areas where strategy hits. So marketing, my team, the CTO team, sales, the vertical markets team, all of those teams, one team day one. And we've really operated as one team day one. We've sat down, built out a single strategy for the business, not a business line strategy for the business. Some of the pieces around customer care, around deployment and so forth are going to come sort of as a more organic move over, but we already have sort of one governance structure. It's just sort of a natural move as projects move us over to consolidate the teams from a management perspective. But the actual pieces of the business around strategy and driving into sales really have worked very well together right out of the box, which for us is a very strong statement. But then beyond that, the portfolio is a key piece of sort of what you do. What's the strategy of acquiring this business? Well, from Redknee's perspective, obviously, Redknee was very strong in end-to-end BSS, had a very strong offering for cloud in the brand challenger market and so forth. And NSN had very strong presence in the tier ones, the big heavy irons of the world, but also, Siemens is the German engineering. It was this great history of innovation in this space. The first major prepaid system in the world came out of Siemens Communication. That's our legacy and our innovation set. So bringing those pieces together, what we decided not to do was really try to figure out which one of those we were going to keep. We decided it made sense across the portfolio to keep the portfolio end to end. There's only very little overlap in rating and charging, but in fact the rating and charging pieces from Redknee and the rating charge piece from the ex-NSN business really didn't address the same markets, so we were able actually to identify that. But we brought the portfolio together around places for charging where we're using the NSN assets for charging, and now we can bring into the NSN business all of the Redknee assets around customer care, billing, interconnect, and that whole sort of suite gives us much broader strength in our focused business. It's really, really exciting.
So what do you think is going to be your positioning going forward, and what will you think Redknee's point of differentiator will be over the next 12 months?
I think three things to this. One, of course, we are one of now the very largest players in the market, and we need to actually get sort of some of that word out to the market. We have slightly under 2 billion subscribers using our systems around the world. That's 2 people and 7 in the planet are using our stuff. Of course, nobody knows that from their perspective because these are systems that are underlying. So some of this will be to leverage that really amazing scale as part of the business. And that is actually one of our differentiators. We're in every continent except Antarctica. We have presence in every one of the major markets, obviously very strong presence in Western and Southern Europe. What most people don't know is also that our history has very strong presence in the Middle East, in Sub-Saharan Africa, in the Far East, in Southeast Asia. We actually have a very strong presence in China, as it turns out, with some of the assets that we have. So one of our key differentiators, frankly, is our ability to scale. Perhaps our biggest differentiator, though, is that what we are different, where we differ as a company from some of the other places. We are very focused. We are a BSS company. We're not planning to be a network company. We don't plan to provide, the big heavy boxes, the big heavy iron that some of our colleagues in this industry would otherwise do. And so those who provide the ubiquitous offer or the cheapest offer, we don't intend to be cheapest. We don't intend to be the company that will also deliver you an airport or give you air conditioning. We will give you BSS assets. Our key differentiator in that is that we are the most agile player in the business. We can launch systems for customers not in a matter of years, not in the 9 to 18 month to 24 month that is typical in BSS, but in the 3 to 6 month timeline. We provide a measure with our products, a measure of agility that our customers can also launch offers in matters of hours, not days. And this is without having to do a complete rewrite of the BSS infrastructure. So we're not going to require our customers to do this massive redo of all of their infrastructure. We have an agility that no one else in the market has. The last piece, sort of our differentiator, the sort of the third leg of that stool, is something that is about the DNA of Redknee. From our CEO on down, the company has always been about, let's make sure we keep our customers. So whoever is our customer now is customer for life. We're going to wrap that customer in a blanket of love, if you will, around serious attention. And I'm saying, as a company coming from a business that has an ancillary to the main line of another business, is difficult to get the level of attention to your customer that you want to have. So our third piece of this is we really want to be that trusted partner. So we have the focus, we have the agility, of course we have the scale, and now the ability for our customers really to trust us, because our DNA is to make sure that we are giving the customer the measure of support that they need.
Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time too, Jeff.